Hello there, my name's Willie Scher. I'm one of the lecturers on the Construction Management program, and I'm going to be taking you through a short video tutorial on how to get started and use Blackboard. Blackboard is what we call a learning management system. Effectively, it's a website that contains a lot of the important information that you will need for each course. So, think of Blackboard as a set of dedicated web pages that relate to each and every subject that you take. This first video, it's one of three, is going to take you through basically 4 topics. These include, first of all, the course outline. The course outline is an important document, and it contains important information about the course that you're going to be taking. It tells you who's going to be teaching the course. It tells you what information you will need to get started. It tells you what you're going to be doing. It tells you how your work's going to be assessed, and so on. So I'll take you first of all through the actual document and show you where you can download it on Blackboard. Secondly, I'll go through parts of the course outline which explain to you the work that you're going to be expected to complete during the course of taking each course. I'll also show you where you can find details about how you're going to be assessed. Assessment's an important aspect, and I'm sure you're going to be keen to find out about that. And finally, in this little video, I'll talk a little bit about important announcements that your lecturers will make from time to time, and I'll also show you where you can find resources that you can use from Blackboard that'll support your learning. Once you've entered your username and password in the Blackboard access screen, you will be shown a display pretty similar to this. It contains a lot of courses. These are all the courses that you're enrolled in. Obviously you won't be enrolled in as many courses. This is my website, and it contains all the courses that I teach on at the moment. That really highlights an important point. The courses that you're enrolled in should be displayed as entries on your Blackboard site. So that's the first thing to check, to make sure that all the courses that you're enrolled in actually do have entries displayed on your Blackboard site. If they don't, you should contact the School of Architecture and Built Environment and inquire why. I'm going to take you into a course that I taught last year, this particular one. As you'd expect, every Blackboard site is different depending on the course that you're taking. We do, however, use a very similar arrangement of buttons and documents within each Blackboard site. So the kind of things that I'm going to be talking to you about now, you will find as being common from course to course. The first thing that I'd like to take you through is the course outline. The course outline is an extremely important document. It's one that you should consider basically as your contract as far as this course is concerned. You can download it here. If you click on it, it'll take you through to a display of the actual document itself. Now this really does depend on which internet browser you're using. At the moment I'm using a Mac, and I'm displaying this using the Safari browser. It could well be that other browsers that you use don't display on screen within Blackboard as is shown here. They might actually download to your desktop, and you might need to go and access this document on your desktop using Acrobat. So as I've said, the course outline is a pretty important document. It contains a lot of information which I'm just going to pick up on some high points of. You'll see it has a table of contents. The thing that I wanted to try and find to show you is that it provides importantly the name of the person responsible for delivering each course. In this particular case, obviously I'm the person involved. I'm Willie Scher, and my details are in the course outline. You'll also find them available under staff information. So if you happen to click on staff information, you'll find some contact details about the people that are involved in teaching a particular course. Back to the course outline though, that's what we're talking about at the moment. If you have any queries or any concerns or anything isn't clear, or should you find that you, let's say for example, can't find a bit of information, the course coordinator is the person responsible. You need to ask that person because they're the best person to inform you about your queries. You'll also find some information about key dates. We're going to be dealing a little bit more with scheduling activities, but you know, it's understandable that each course has a different set of deadlines, different arrangement of things that you're supposed to do. You'll find a schedule of events like this in all your course outlines. They'll tell you the days that on-campus students have lectures, and generally those lectures are recorded and made available to distance learning students or to online students within a matter of hours after their face-to-face presentation. So you can get an understanding of when you can expect those lectures by looking at the schedule. You'll also see some deadlines of when you need to submit things. So it's really a good idea to make sure you get in touch with when your deadlines are likely to be. Okay, let's have a look at other things. You'll also find in the course outline details of tasks that you're expected to complete. I'm going to take you through to this particular one. I think I'll make it a little bit easier for you to see. In this particular course, there are 3 assignments that I've set my students, my third year students. There's assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3. I'm sure you can all read. You'll find details of how they contribute to the final mark, and there are also details of what is expected in each particular assignment. So in this particular course, I tell you what I'm trying to get you to learn. In this particular case, it's all about understanding the management of a construction organization, and it's done through a computer simulation exercise. There's a series of things which I'd really intend, and I've structured the course in such a way that you do come away with being able to do certain things. Those are specified, and you'll also find there's some information about just what it is I expect you to do. In this particular course, I've asked students to work in groups and to read through a prescribed textbook and then do some work in some small groups with each other. So that obviously is going to be different from course to course. You'll be finding out if you are unfamiliar at the moment, you'll be finding out about problem-based learning. Our degree program is structured in and around problem-based learning, so we expect you to take a lot of ownership of your own learning and work really to solve problems basically. So the kind of information that I've been talking to you about effectively sets out and identifies the problems that we've set for you. I'm now going to talk a little bit about assessment, assessment is extremely important, and it's understandable that you'd want to know how your work is going to be assessed, and you'll find an assessment plan like this in each particular course outline for each assignment that you are working on, and it sets out for you the key areas that you'd need to contain in your submission. In this particular case, I mentioned a little bit earlier that students need to discuss work with each other, and they need to make postings electronically on Blackboard, and they need to show they've got an understanding of the work. So there's various activities. There are 4 activities in this particular case, and there's some descriptors which indicate to you how your work's going to be marked and whether it's worth a fail, a pass, a credit, a distinction, or if I scroll a little bit over there, if you're up for a high distinction. So have a good look at announcements, sorry, at assessments. It's a key area for you to take note of. I had a bit of a verbal segue into the next section, which I wanted to talk to you about. This is the final area, announcements. From time to time, your lecturers will want to draw your attention to different things that are happening during the course of a semester, and generally what they do is flag them up as an announcement. So you should keep looking at your announcements to see if anything new is happening. If you come and look and there's nothing at announcements, doesn't mean to say there are no announcements. What a lot of students really miss are these tabs across the top. So if you haven't come in to look at your Blackboard side for a little bit, go back and click these tabs and see what's been happening. Because this is a course that was run in 2008, there aren't any current announcements, but if I say view all, you'll be able to see all the announcements that occurred during the course of a semester. And you really do need to keep in touch with these announcements. They look pretty daunting if you see them all like this, but they do happen, perhaps once a week or something like that. And I'd really encourage you to come into Blackboard more frequently than that. I mean, I'm literally into Blackboard every day, sometimes several times a day. I'm not saying you need to do that, but I'd certainly go every couple of days, get into Blackboard. Okay, so announcements are key. Another key area to look at are course resources. Go and have a look at course resources. Again, this varies from course to course, but you'll find that lecturers make available to you specific information which relates to each course. In this particular one, as I've mentioned before, this relates to a computer-based management simulation game which students run. They can download the software and load it on their own computers, so you can download it from this point. I'm not going to show you that. There's some documentation here on how to actually use the simulation package, and again, I'm not going to really do anything more than just to highlight to you that you should go through and see what's available in course resources. Okay, that's just about all that I have for this little first video for you. Perhaps just to recap, I've spoken about the course outline. I've shown you where to download it from the Blackboard site, from that course outline button. I've told you about the course coordinator. I've told you about key dates and activities. Perhaps I should just also mention at this point you'll find details of any books that you might need to purchase. You'll find those in the course outline as well. I've told you about assignments, the work that you're going to be expected to complete during the course of a semester, and I've also shown you where and how you're going to be assessed, so you can see the kind of thing, the kind of instruments that your lecturers are going to use to mark your work. I've also told you about announcements, and I've told you about course resources. The second video, which you'll be shown in a little bit, talks about how we use Blackboard to support you in actually getting involved and learning the course material that is there for you. Well, I really hope you enjoy it, and I'll no doubt get to see you at some stage. Cheerio.